So your sense of discipline, all that comes from
Comes from that, yeah, absolutely. My parents.
So she's like punctual on set, on time.
Never late even a single day.
Yeah.
As in, I feel like she calculates for traffic, she calculates
Everything.
for RFC, she calculates for
Everything.
whichever location and she's there.
Yeah.
Where did you all shoot most of this film? I knew a lot of it was set and set up.
Almost entirely on sets in aluminum factory,
Yes.
which felt like home in some way because.
With the mosquitoes and
but
everything else.
we were going there every day. There's a routine to it, which is so rare in what we do.
Yeah.
True.
To
A
have
routine to going to one place, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That I totally understand.
True. Yeah.
So tell me, what do you want people to take back from Sumati once they watch this film?
I think I want them to take back a part of themselves, because I can guarantee you, when you watch this film and when you watch Sumati living her life, I think that every mother, every wife, every daughter, the sacrifices, the a lot of compromises, sacrifices, a lot of giving up on your own goals to be able to live, and that's not in a way wherein you're saying that I'm sacrificing. You want to do it. You willingly take that decision, and the courage and so much of passion and the strength. I think Sumati is the definition of every
Quiet strength.
woman, every woman, every woman, and that is what she stands for. And I think she holds her ground throughout in the entire film with every choice and decision that she's made, and I love that about her.
There was a lot of grace and dignity.
It is, yes, she has that.
Okay, now if I say take home, I'm saying you've always picked stories that are unique. They've always created some kind of thought when you get out of the cinema. What would this have? What do you think we would have?
But I feel like you've done the same. I think the one thing you, me, I'm sure even Meenakshi resonates with is the fact that the stories are bigger than us. The stories are larger than us. The stories will outlive us. And I think what we're constantly seeking is to find those films and those stories and to create that cinema that is going to outlive us. Our grandkids hopefully can be proud of the choices that we made today.
Yeah.
At the age that we're at.
True.
And this is all I love to do. I feel like I love to hear as many stories as I can and find the most authentic, original ones in that, and I put everything into it to kind of tell that story. But also when it's not quantifiable, the kind of audiences that connect to cinema.
True.
I cannot say we're making this film just for a Telugu audience. There have been films of mine that have resonated with somebody in Turkey or somebody in Bangladesh or somebody in Japan. I don't know.
That's somebody like you on the street. Just saying.
I've grown up.
You don't do that.
I don't like disrupting people in general. I'm not obnoxious. But and the beauty of cinema is I feel like it can transcend borders, it can transcend language, it can transcend
Back in time,
ages. So I feel like if there's something, there's so much of just human drama in this film. And I feel like if that connects and resonates with people and they make it their own in some way, and I feel like if it's a world that they want to keep revisiting, then we've done something right.
Yeah.
See, like every time not even like even way before I was an actor, right? Every time I saw something in period, I always used to get excited that cinema is probably the only place you can recreate a time that you've never lived in.
Yeah.
True.
I just feel like you've recreated that time like a full timeline now. You have from 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you're going across.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've kind of sat down at some point and sort of try to analyze this. And there was a time in maybe the late 80s or early 90s when my dad did some of these sort of epic period dramas in Malayalam, talking of our folklore and stuff like that. And that time also those were big budget films.
Right.
And but still they could kind of afford to make those films. Then we went to the 90s where
Social became more.
not even social. I feel like the business changed in such a way. This is pre-satellite, where somewhere the costing was not working out. So you were then devoid or sort of deprived of anything period or anything large scale for almost a decade.
Yeah.
And I was like, these are going to be big, ambitious, where you need a producer of that courage to kind of recreate something like that.
Recreate.
So when I became an actor, I never imagined that I could ever be part of
Nice.
a large-scale period drama or a period film.
I think it's your childhood manifestation, dude, that
Somewhere.
just made you this.
So when
huh?
a Mahanati came my way, I was like, wow, like I felt like a kid going to Disneyland for the first time. I didn't think this had ever happened for me.
Nice.
Every day of that set, like, you know, we met Shivam just now, but like every day of that set, I'd be like, I'm like this. And I
Nice.
feel like that's never left me. So like, anytime you think you can sort of bankroll a period film with me, and if I can make that happen, maybe I'm doing something of some service to my younger self. I don't know what it is, but it gives me so much joy and sort of confidence that like, hey, this film is still bankable, even though we're putting in this kind of money and effort into creating this era all over again.
Such an honest, nice guy, this guy is.
I know.
No, like this is like totally true. Like when I wanted to start my career back as a producer and I said, okay, how do I make it? He's probably is the only guy, and I'm saying it with such joy, and I don't think I've said this to you ever. I feel lucky and blessed that this guy is the hero of the movie that I'm making.
Wow.
Really,
That's a big thing.
it's such a joy, man, to work with you. The fact that the ethic of storytelling that you have, the way you sit with your character and just be that person.
True.
It's very, very hard in today's time where somebody holds that ethic to stories.
But also speaking of luck and lucky Baskhar, how fortunate are we, you and me? You are some third generation, I'm a second generation actor and producer for that matter, to find a story and then be able to put that together and make cinema out of it.
True.
We could be two kids or some children playing some kind of storytelling role play that children do. But we get to do it for real at large scale with, big money being spent, where people also have conviction that we can do this, we can pull this out. So you and me coming together after I don't know how many decades of friendship, and we're creating something together. I think that in itself is such a blessing.
So all that stuff next, but this is the amazing team of Lucky Baskhar. Venky is not around, but I'll get him also in front of the camera for you guys very soon. But all the best to you,
Thanks,
you
man.
two.
Thank you.
And I think this is going to be an amazing 31st October for you guys.
Thank you.
It's hopefully.
So I'm saying all the luck of Lucky Baskhar should be with you guys.
Thank you. Ajay.
And
Yes.
like all of Telugu cinema is going to root for you. And when Telugu cinema roots, the whole country hears it.
Oh yes.
And that's how things roll here.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
So all the best to you, DQ, and all
Thanks.
the best to
Thank
you,
Thank
Meenakshi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Lucky Baskhar on the 31st of October.